Ready, the 30 runners under orders, and they're racing. And on the near side, Repertory was one of the first away. Trincalo up there as well, and Coastal Bluff is showing plenty of dash as well. Out in the centre, Danielle's Lad, and away smartly Second Wind right over on the far side there, in company with Further Outlook as they split into three groups. And Repertory it is on the near side who leads Coastal Bluff, and Trincalo not that far away either as they pass the half mile. Further back in the field then is Dancing Mystery. They've split now into two groups. Danielle's Lad trying to make some ground out in the centre, the white cap. And to get stuck in is over on the far side with Further Outlook, Second Wind, and just behind them is Sartorial, followed by Allegria, and further back Bonamy, Lone Piper, and Ho Leng. On the near side, passing the two, Repertory grabbed by Dancing Mystery, Cry Havoc. Coastal Bluff is there as well with Cubism, and battling on is Caddo Share. Over on the far side, gets stuck in, tackled by Bonamy and Further Outlook, and also Sartorial. It's Cubism who gets to the lead on the near side. Rudik's finishing fast in the centre. Here's Tayseer on the far side, and Bonamy. Tayseer takes it up, and Tayseer wins the Stewards Cup. Bonamy is second, Photo third, and that's between Cubism and Royal Result the far side. Second Wind is just behind them with Further Outlook, Caddo Share. The last to finish is Sartorial. But Dandy Nichols, who saddled 6 runners in the race, has got the money with Tayseer. Tayseer getting up to win here from Bonamy. They burst through on the far side. Cubism on the near side gets third, it appears. Just ahead of Royal Result in fourth. And then Second Wind in fifth, at the all-important fifth position. Then Further Outlook, Caddo Share on the near side rail. Ahead there of number 7, Sartorial. They're followed by Helma Hera. Further back then is Deep Space, and on Al Mualim, then followed by Rudik on the far side, then Repertory, then Alistair Smelly from Blue Mountain, who didn't really get into it at all. Cry Havoc is next on the near side with Dancing Mystery. Then Danielle's Lad, who showed a bit of pace, not its usual amount though. Ho Leng on the far side. Dewey is next, followed then by Trincalo, then Allegria. Then gets stuck in, it appears, over on the far side from Return of Armin. Then the grey Coastal Bluff, who looked a chance 2 furlongs out. Bold Effort is next. They're followed by Lone Piper in that white jacket. Brave Edge on the near side. Then about 2 or 3 lengths to Champagne Rider in the noseband, the yellow cap just behind them. And then about 4 or 5 lengths behind them is El Felac, who was in fact, I think, the last to finish. But the winner is number 13, Tayseer, owned by Sammy Do Racing, trained by David Nichols, and ridden by Richard Hughes at 13-2. He's a marvellous jockey, Richard Hughes, and as he said earlier in his interview, he really does relish these sprint tasks and doesn't mind coming from behind at all, and this is another one for his scrapbook. Second is number 21, Bonamy, owned by Ken Ivory, trained by Alan Berry, ridden by Paul Bradley. Third is number 6, Cubism, owned by K.Y. Lim, trained by John Hills, ridden by Michael Hills. And fourth, number 18, fourth is Royal Result, owned by Phil Lake, trained by David Nichols, ridden by Adrian Nichols. And we'll check on the fifth. We think it's Second Wind, but we want confirmation of that because many or several bookmakers are paying a fifth if you back them each way. There's the winning jockey, Richard Hughes.
Well, I think the key to Richard Hughes in this race is that he rides absolutely his own race. He doesn't take any notice of what anybody else is doing. You can see him right over on the far rail. He gets himself right against that rail, the white face of Tayseer coming through now at the furlong marker. He's about to hit the front on the far side now. The stand side were in front for most of the first half of the race because Repertory's so quick. But at this stage, the far side have taken over, and he's ridden the most beautiful waiting race, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, if I've got a sprinter, I'll put this fellow on it, especially if it's going to run in this race, because he rides this race perfect, because he lets them go, as you say, Claire. He rides his own horse, and this fella, obviously, he's a better horse over 7 furlongs, but they go so fast in this race that stamina comes out in the end. Yes, you are number 1, lad. Yes, I've seen that. And give the horse a pat. He did a bit with it, had a bit to do with it as well. But it was a good ride. He had 3 behind him, you know, after we'd gone 2 furlongs. And there he is, he comes there, and you can see him. He's got onto that far rail where there's a bit of strip of ground there, less used than the rest of the race course, and he's got running.
Hasn't even hit him, has he?
He's going through the motions. Come on, son, we got this one. Just go. Yes, he's got it won now.
And well done to David Nicholls, because he made the right choice to run this horse in the Stewards Cup rather than the William Hill Mile.
And what a result too for the punters. This was one of the